any particular grooming hack or trick which is absolutely necessary to have that inner confidence? Anything, maybe it can be just two things.
It has to be a routine. You have to follow.
In today's urban life, we talk a lot about confidence, self-worth and emotional well-being. But we rarely do talk about the role grooming plays in shaping how we are ourselves. Hi, my name is Munmun Poddar, the founder director of Searching Soulmate, and today we bring to you a guest who speaks about these topics, grooming. At Searching Soulmate, we believe transformation is not just about relationship with others. It's also about the relationship we have with ourselves, and grooming sits at a very interesting junction between the outer and the inner world. In a time where cosmetology is booming in cities, driven by lifestyle stress, pollution, social media pressure, and constant comparison, the question is no longer just about looking good. It's about, does grooming help in our guest today is someone who has grown up inside the world of grooming and cosmetology. For her, this is not a trend driven profession, it's a legacy. She started learning the craft from her mother at a very, very young age, trained professionally in hair, makeup, and cosmetology from leading institutes and organizations, and today runs a family salon with her identity and discipline. What makes her journey special is not just her technical expertise, but the way how she has carried forward both her business and her household after her mother's sudden absence. Maintaining strong. Welcome to the podcast, Shudipta.
Thank you very
So,
much.
so glad to have you and looking forward to a wonderful conversation. I am sure the audience is to be kind of supremely enlightened, and also post watching this entire video, go back and think to themselves, what is grooming all about?
Yes, absolutely. And I hope to reach out to more people, and I hope that I am able to help many more people with this.
Absolutely. So, let's jump into the first question. Sudipta, tell me something like, I have known you for some time now. And I am sure that, unlike other professionals who come into this world way later on, you actually started very young. So, what do you think influenced you at that very early age of your life, because of your mother being someone whom we have all looked up to in this beauty field?
So, my mother had started the salon when I was around 2 years of age. And for me, the grooming industry, the entire world of this was something that was very natural. It did not feel forced. It did not feel something which has to be out of the box. তো আমার মনে আছে আমার ফার্স্ট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স, আই ওয়াজ 5 years of age, আর আমার দিদিমা দুপুরবেলা she gave me a thread and she just went off to sleep. She thought I'll be playing with it, and I accidentally threaded off half of her eyebrow. So that is how this all began. And and then eventually when I started growing up, I started seeing how this industry works. I started understanding this, and I was a part of the industry always. তো ছোটবেলা থেকে কখন কাজ শিখে গেছি আমি সেটাও অনেক পরে গিয়ে বুঝতে পেরেছি যে কাজ শিখে গেছি, পার্ট হয়ে গেছি। তো হ্যাঁ, মেবি ইফ ইউ আর an outsider and if you're coming to this world, it takes a little bit of time to adapt, to be able to understand. And then কি বল, ফর এক্সাম্পল, যদি তুমি একটা স্কিন দেখো আজকে, তুমি যদি নতুন হও, তোমার একটু টাইম লাগে বুঝতে যে কিভাবে বুঝবো এটা ড্রাই স্কিন, অয়েলি স্কিন, কি প্রবলেমস। বাট ওভার দ্য ইয়ার্স আমি যখন বড় হয়েছি না, সামহাউ আমি জিনিসগুলো দেখতে দেখতে শিখে গেছিলাম অনেকটা। So yeah, that is actually an advantage. That is actually an advantage that I had.
So you also call yourself a little nepo kid who came into this beauty world as a child and you've grown into it, right?
Yeah, but I also have other Nepo kids who are my friends.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, no. Jokes apart, I am sure having that hands-on knowledge from your mother and observing in the process has really helped you to be the fine, stylist you are today.
I don't know how much of a fine stylist I am. That is on all of you to decide. I that has definitely helped because she was the first teacher I ever had.
Yeah.
So that of course has helped a lot. And other than that, she also had many close friends from the industry.
Yeah.
So I have had them, those people who were also at a very high place in their life, guiding me and helping me. I
Right.
have not become anything because of my own abilities. It is all the teachings of all the teachers that I have had.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so that is how I've been blessed that way.
So, you receive so many clients and you've handled so many of them over the last, I think, 20 years you have now experienced, right?
Yeah.
Overall. So, that's a long time, honestly. And what do you think, when clients, we walk into a salon, what is it that we are really looking for? Is it only the external beauty or something beyond it, which is unsaid?
So there is a lot to talk about on this topic. This is actually a very interesting topic. I have been working for a long time, and over the past few years I see a shift. যখন মা কাজ করতো তখন all the aunties who walked in, they wanted to keep themselves groomed.
Okay.
In the sense, একটু ফেশিয়াল করব, একটু স্কিনটা ঠিক লাগবে, I must get my pedicure done so that it looking good to myself.
Yeah.
In the last few years, what I'm noticing is a shift where people are more concerned about what the other person is looking like, or what the other person is telling me. So there is a shift there.
Okay.
So yeah, other than that shift, what I want everybody to understand is that beauty is all about you.
Yeah.
You have to feel good about yourself, and that has to be the extent of it. Nothing too invasive, something that makes you happy. And the best part is, you go to a salon to relax. You go, you get a massage, get something done. Those are the dedicated minutes of a month that you give yourself.
Okay.
কারণ আমরা যখন বাড়িতে থাকি, আমরা সবাই অনেক ধরনের কাজ করি, কিন্তু আমরা নিজেদেরকে টাইমটা খুব কম দিই। তো ওই একটা ডেডিকেটেড টাইম আমি নিজের সাথে স্পেন্ড করছি, সেটা ভেবে সালন যাওয়া, আই থিঙ্ক দ্যাট ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট।
I think when you say the perspectives have changed, majorly because of the social media influx, I think people want to look anything but themselves. They want to just follow trends, they want to follow fashion. আমার মনে হয় সেটা কোথাও না কোথাও বিউটি স্ট্যান্ডার্ডসটাকেও একটু কাইন্ড অফ ব্লার করে দিচ্ছে লাইন্সগুলো। And as you mentioned very clearly, that it is very true that like we dress for ourselves, we look we deck up for ourselves, we should look good for ourselves. Like looking at my hands, I should feel, wow, I'm looking nice, my nails are
Absolutely.
painted, I'm looking nice when I look at myself in the mirror, rather than having this entire thought ki loke ki bolbe. I think that is a very relevant conversation in today's time, because somewhere people have become too self-obsessed to the fact that they've lost themselves to understand that individuality is what sets you apart.
ইয়া সো এটাতে আমি একটা জিনিস বলবো, সেটা হচ্ছে যে লোকেদেরও না একটা, দ্য সোসাইটি অলসো হ্যাজ আ কন্ট্রিবিউশন
Yeah,
টুয়ার্ডস দিস।
true.
দ্য মোমেন্ট ইউ স্টেপ আউট, there will be that one auntie who will come and tell you এই মোটা হয়ে গেলি কি করে, কি করে, মানে what is that,
Right,
so people constantly, so this is also something, do not try to bring the other person down na.
Yeah.
Say something nice if you
True.
can,
Very
otherwise don't speak.
just don't say anything. True enough. I think on our platform at Searching Soulmate, we follow an ethos of kindness. Now this kindness thing is something very integral to all of us, where if we practice kindness to ourselves and people in our
Absolutely.
lives, it actually adds to your own happiness quotient, and it's a proven psychological science. It's like it's spoken about by
Absolutely.
all people from the mental health field and emotional well-being field, counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, they all say this. Somewhere this very fact that kindness can influence that, that glowy skin, and that maybe your smile can influence how good the pictures look. লোক ওইটাই ভুলে গেছে কোথাও না কোথাও।
Yeah, in the conversations I will also try to give you some useful tricks that you can do at home,
Yeah.
so that you don't always need to put on makeup.
Absolutely.
When your skin is glowing, when your skin is nice, you do not need that much. And it's also so nice, when you can, this is another tangent that I want to talk to you about is, chain reaction. First you start
Yeah.
by going out without your makeup, where you're trying to harbor that confidence,
Yeah.
and then you get so confident
Yeah.
that you don't need that makeup. And if you practice this, if anybody starts practicing this,
Yeah.
they will notice that shift in themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And by that I do not mean that if you have freckles you have a bad skin, or if you have a pigmentation patch you have a bad skin.
Absolutely.
There are several problems that you might have. Freckles are absolutely natural. It's
Yeah.
natural. But the thing is that you should have that healthy glow. That's just it.
Yeah, and I think it should also add to it that you should also feel confident in your skin. Finally.
Absolutely.
Do you believe that grooming can actually help somebody about how they see themselves?
Yes, absolutely. It reflects on the confidence that they have. So yeah, it does.
Absolutely. And any particular grooming hack or trick which is absolutely necessary to have that inner confidence? Anything. Maybe it can be just two things.
It has to be a routine. You have to follow a routine. It could be a 5 minutes routine, but once you incorporate it in your life every single day, it becomes like a process that you do.
Okay.
So that gives you that confidence.
Perfect. So we'll come back to this question after some time, what processes we can follow. You meet so many people at your studio, while at various shows, ramp shows, doing bridals, doing makeups for artists. Through your experiences, do you see that people who actually invest in grooming actually value their own emotional well-being also?
So grooming as in makeup or the beauty,
Yeah.
right? Two.
True.
So আমি দুটো জিনিসেরই কিছু এক্সাম্পলস দিয়ে
Yes,
বলছি।
absolutely.
Normally, if you notice somebody who spends a certain time in grooming as in personal care, which is, say you are a business person, right? So you have your daily schedule, you have to do this. So in the morning, say when you're getting up, you're using a face wash, you're just using a toner, maybe you're using a moisturizer, putting on a little bit of sunscreen, and you're stepping out.
Yeah.
You use a kajal or a lipstick, doesn't matter, right? And then again, when you go back home, you again take a few minutes, you take everything off, you put a little bit of moisturizer, you go to bed, right?
Yeah.
So people who usually follow this routine, you will see them happy.
Okay.
They are usually happier.
Okay.
It actually shows a emotional balance.
Okay.
They are in a balanced state.
Sure.
Because no matter how busy they are, no matter how busy we are, because day to day I also take care of my family.
Yeah.
I cook, I do all the household work, but I also bring out that little
Yeah.
bit of time.
We all do.
So that is taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Nothing too excessive, but taking care of yourself. End of the day, giving yourself that value. Then there are people who come to me, তাদের স্কিন লিটারালি এরকম হয় যে ড্রাই হয়ে ফেটে গেছে, and they are like this. Usually I see this in a little older women, and then they say that time পাইনি রে কিছু লাগাবার. That shows neglecting themselves.
Yeah. True.
That shows that they are neglecting themselves. A lot of times you, মানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমরা তো এখন খুব ক্লিয়ারলি, আমি তো এখন খুব ক্লিয়ারলি পারি, আর ম্যাক্সিমাম আমার যারা বন্ধুরাও আছে এই প্রফেশনে, আমরা সবাই খুব ভালো মতো পারি, সেটা হচ্ছে আমরা মোটামুটি একটা সাইকোলজিস্ট টাইপের কিছু তো হয়েই যাই, বিকজ পিপল রিয়েলি কাম টু ইউ টু টক.
Yeah, true. I think you just bang on answered it.
So we can actually these things. Similarly, when you see, আমি এত ইলাবোরেটলি না বলে ছোট এক্সাম্পলে বলছি, when you go out, when you see somebody, দেখবে একটা হয়তো জাস্ট মার্কেটে গেছে কিছু একটা কিনতে, বাট এক্সেসিভ মুখে মেকআপ টেকআপ করা, দ্যাটস ইনসিকিউরিটি. হ্যাঁ, এটা ইট কুড বি যে ধরো আমি এখন একটা কোথাও যাচ্ছি, মানে আমি তো এমনিও মেকআপ করবো না, হয়তো ধরো XYZ, হয়তো সে কোনো একটা ওকেশনে যাচ্ছে, তার আগে কোথাও একটা গেল, ইন দ্যাট লুক, দ্যাটস আ ডিফারেন্ট থিং. বাট there are some people around you, you will see that even if they're going out for a coffee, they'll put on a lot of makeup. That is not taking care of themselves. That is them being insecure. They are not secure enough to step out without that.
So, going back to that example, when you said that, a lot of your clients, a little older, probably, they are so engrossed in their household life that they forget to take care of themselves. And that kind of proves the fact that when they are not investing in themselves, they are not investing in their emotional well-being also. So it's a clear kind of understanding, right?
So yeah, that is true, but there is another tangent to that as well. You have to understand that at this age they are not that busy anymore, because the kids
true.
have all grown up and everything,
True.
right?
So it's
Basically what happens is, at the early age they have neglected themselves so much that mentally somewhere it's already done.
okay, got it.
It's not because of how busy they are today. We are busier than them today, because we are actively leading that life. They're done with it, but you've neglected yourself for years.
And I think that kind of works for many women even at younger ages. I think people, because on our platform we see different kind of clients, and one of them which is a new section which I think most of us fall into today, we are the caregivers. So young children, older parents, household, career. So somewhere in between, if you forget to invest to do those basic routine of self-care, a little bit of self-love through workouts, meditation, I think somewhere you're losing touch with your inner self, inner soul. In the process, it's found that after a point people start feeling lonely.
You burn out,
and there is so much of anxiousness, so much of that very fact that I am not myself, but I am somebody else's mother, wife, somebody else's daughter, and somewhere or maybe even for men, I think so. It is not a gender specific thing, it's even for men, I think. And I think somewhere self-love comes with those simple basic rituals which we can do and take care of ourselves. I think that kind of summarizes it.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. You have to, it's as simple. You can take care of others when you are taken care of, and nobody else is responsible to
But
take care
yourself.
of you.
Absolutely. Over the last 20 years, you've met so many clients. Cite a few examples if you can remember, where you saw somebody coming in to the salon or styling from you, getting styled, very underconfident. But after some time, that person walks out filled with confidence and energy and more zest for life.
So I will give you the first example that I will cite is not my personal experience. This was when my mother
Okay.
was there. তখন আমি ছোট. This was back in the 90s. So this is an example from my mother's time. She had a client who had been coming to her for the last say 7-8 years তখন already, and this was back in the 90s. So this was a wedding day. This lady, she had a birthmark on one side of her face.
Okay.
ঠিক আছে. তো she came on a wedding day. তখনকার দিনে অত কিছু মেকআপের অত ছিল না, বাট she had covered it, মা covered it. এবার তারপরে যখন সে যাবে, বিয়ের জন্য যাবে, তো তার বাবা এসেছে নিতে, এসে বলছে যে তোকে ওই জরুল হবেই ভালো লাগে, you know. But for her, for it, and it was a love marriage, it did not really matter. But for that moment, but for those hours, to be able to have that covered, I am not at all saying that this is something which is good or bad. I'm not going into that. I'm not saying if you have a birthmark it's a defect. No, not that. I'm just saying what it can do to one person who had that thing.
True.
It was one point in my career, that in my life actually, that pushed me towards this career.
Right.
One. And coming to me, I have several such examples, especially sometimes I meet clients who especially have hair problems because of certain treatments that they are going through, especially when people go through chemo. So for women it's always very difficult, when there comes a point where you have to shave off your head. And it is very difficult for women. But before you do that, if you can be human, spend a few minutes with them. I always do that. I talk to them for a few minutes. I have had to unfortunately do that 3 times for my own family members. My Boropishi had cancer, my ma had cancer, my Jimma had cancer. So for all 3 of them I had to do it too. So I tell them, I sit with them and I tell them that, see, it's all about beating the disease. You don't have to think about that. And then I know I'm not being able to take away anything from them, not their pain, not their disease, nothing, but the 2 minutes, those 2 minutes that I speak to them, and if they smile once, that also makes me happy.
Right.
There are times when there are clients who walk in with a certain kind of say they do not like their hair. It usually happens mostly with hair. Usually what happens with your skin is, I will need a few sessions. You can see a difference today itself. But I will need a few sessions. But with the hair, it's
instant.
Yeah,
it's instant.
So you come with something that you're not happy with your hair and this and that. And when I'm done, especially when they see it and when they when they're happy to see their hair.
Absolutely.
So that's very rewarding as well.
And I think as you mentioned clearly that to men and women alike, hair does play a vital role.
Yes, absolutely.
In according to the beauty standards. So now what happens is that I am sure like a lot of us go to salons speaking about hair complaints and things like that. চুল পড়ে যাচ্ছে, চুল ঝরে যাচ্ছে, চুল বড় হচ্ছে না, মাথায় ফাঁক হয়ে যাচ্ছে. And I think it's a very typical problem which most of us urban Indians have these days, thanks to so much of anxiety, stress, and a lot of burnouts happening because of our careers. And where if I am telling you as a customer that when the hairstylist kind of tells us that, no madam, don't worry, no sir, don't worry, your hair is perfectly okay, it's all good, it's such a sigh of relief. And I think that also kind of elevates our confidence.
Absolutely.
Thinking. I think that's a great way to feel very valued. I think feeling heard and seen and valued, right? Because here the stylist is assuring that everything is okay.
You've known me for so many years. You will never ever see me saying anything negative to anybody. So another important pointer over here as well for people who are watching this, hair fall has become a problem, not only for you, for everybody. So most people who are watching this will have this problem. So let me clear out one thing over here. Do not go for treatments like Botox, nanoplastia and all of this keratin spa. Do not go for those treatments. They will not make things better, they will only make things worse. Let me please clarify this very well. There is something called hair spa. It's just spa. You can go for a normal spa. It is basically a procedure that should take you about an hour. It is more of massage, and that's just it. You can get that done. It is very good for your head, but do not get any other treatments. It will make it worse. One. Number two, if you want to understand the reason behind your hair fall, you have to look into yourself. You need to first go to a doctor. You will need certain blood tests to get done, vitamin D, calcium, tapore vitamin B,
12, B12.
B12 na B aro du chatte lage. I will not say all of that because you should go to a doctor first, but I'm just telling you roughly. এগুলো চেক করাতে হয়, কিছু হরমোন লেভেলস চেক করাতে হয়, থাইরয়েড, এগুলো কয়েকটা মার্কার্স আছে, এগুলোকে চেক করালে you will find a problem in either of them, or it could be your liver. So please don't just go to a salon alone and just say tumi egulo dekho age. If everything else is okay, then you go to the salon, then they will be able to fix it. But understand, and also if you see that you have a lot of dandruff, when anything out of the ordinary, first go to a doctor.
Yeah, a dermatologist in that case.
Just go to a doctor. You don't even have to go to a dermatologist. You can go to your general physician.
Okay.
That's good enough. But go to a doctor first, and then get these things done, and then come to a cosmetologist.
Yeah.
Then we can take care of things. We can.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is something which I can speak from my personal experience. When I had COVID way back in 2020, I remember I was having a lot of hair fall, and I realized that it was post COVID. It was a long COVID for me, the recovery phase. I didn't really suffer during COVID, but post recovery was very long. And when I did actually the liver function test, I realized my liver function test had gone for a toss, and that was the reason why I was having severe hair fall. But the fun thing is that once I started taking the vitamins required for my liver, and I started using some supplementary in terms of hair growth, something to put, something I chopped off my hair, I made it smaller, I made it shorter. I think that kind of slowly over the next 3-4 months, it actually helped me regain back my hair and my confidence. I think the initial marker was actually my liver function, which was actually not well.
Yes, absolutely. Hair fall is never, if it is out of the ordinary, it is never because of nothing.
Yeah.
It is always because there's something going on inside your body. It is your body's way of telling you. So
absolutely,
always go to a doctor. There are certain vitamins and things women can take anyway, so your doctors tell you anyway to take them. But yeah, first always, if you have a lot of hair fall, take that as a warning, go to a doctor, get these things done.
What is more important in your line of work, technical skills or emotional sensitivity?
They are both equally important, because what good am I if I am very emotional but I don't know my work?
Yeah.
And if I know my work very, very well, there are many examples, but I'm not sensitive. I'm not mindful of other people's feelings. How far will I go in life? So both of them are very important.
Absolutely. So a balance between your skills and your emotions will help you progress in life and help you kind of help others in the path of growth also. For all your queries, do comment and we will ask Sudipta to answer to those comments, so that you actually have an answer on your those persistent thoughts which you are having. And to the audience, I am sure this particular video, which is a part of our expert advisory services, which is grooming and communication, I think is of immense value to you. Do like, follow, subscribe our channel. Do spread the word about what we do at Searching Soulmate, because we are building a social networking platform with a difference. So now that we have been speaking for so long, I have a question, and like me, I am sure many of our viewers have this question. Describe cosmetology, what falls under it, and also, like, if I am going to a cosmetologist for the first time, what all should I check in before I actually what all should I check in before I actually pay the money to kind of be a part of some program, some kind of cosmetology changes, something. So if you can explain.
Okay, so I will give you the simplest explanation of what cosmetology is.